And it's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They go play action here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Second down, here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Amara Darboh, complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play that... There, 82 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang. But it's 2nd down. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
Often overlooked and almost always underrated, C.J. Anderson has an impact on games that he plays. Very strong up top, has really good balance as well. I've seen him bounce off of tacklers, stay on his feet, and continue to churn out additional gains. Also pretty effective in the passing game as well.
He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's got a man, complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. First catch of this game, a big one. Of course, he had the big performance last week when he was AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, but that was so last week, wasn't it? I mean, look at what he's doing now. I think he's trying to exceed what he did in that game and continue to ascend in this season.
There's the stiff arm, and they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Michael Bennett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They've got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to...
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is knocked down from the side, right around the 31. The numbers for Baldwin last week, 7 catches, 75 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses have built.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. And nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
A battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 30 yards there. They run it. It's Charles. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts him in better shape here for 2nd and goal. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tyreek Hill with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part...
There goes Thomas Rawls. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught nap. slipping a little bit.
The concentration level, I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. On first down, it's Watson. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Looks to be right around the 40.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go!
Coming right, this is Charles. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's Watson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
On first down, Watson. Flushed out. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform.
And he's going to go down again. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. Escape. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Wagner in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Thomas Rawls getting ready to go here on offense. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other down.
There goes Thomas Rawls. 30, the 20, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 76 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now a first down throw, Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Mike Bennett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love you.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Second down, Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
Watson, off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Derek Wolfe in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his third.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Wolfe in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So Possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to take another shot. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
To throw is Wilson. The connection made. It's Graham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through it.
Right back to Procise. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when you watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
To throw on second is Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Watson. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Watson looks to throw again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now it's Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And we move our focus to Thomas Rawls. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Wolfe in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. Now it's Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Derek Wolfe in there to get him again, and that's his 6th sack of the ball game, one off the NFL record of 7. Third and long, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And tough starting field position here. Watson on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
First down, this is Rawls. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Derek Wolfe in there yet again. They can't block him, and now with 8 sacks, he has set a new single-game record.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Broncos are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Seahawks didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Seahawks starting it up on their opening drive. Wilson's completion is made out of the gun. And a quick 3-play drive ends with a score as they take a 7-0 lead. Early in the first quarter, Watson's got his man deep downfield, and he counts off the 6-play drive with the score. The Broncos tie it up at 7. Midway through the first quarter, Watson's gonna find his mark, and he finds his mark for the score. That puts them up by a touchdown. 1st and 10. Rawls is going to break into the secondary, and he caps off the 2-play drive with the score. As that ties things at 14 all. Now 1st and 10. Rawls has got nothing but space here, and he scoots into the end zone for his second TD. That takes the lead up to 7. Late in the first quarter, Watson's going to complete the pass, and he'll go in for the score. As we're all tied, 21 all. 1st and 10. Hill's got the catch here on the quick pass, and 78 yards later, he's going in for the score. Broncos up by a touchdown.
All right, Larry, thank you. Tight game here as we get set to resume play. Ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Second down, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on third down.
And ordinarily on third down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe in there yet again. They can't block him, and now with 8 sacks, he has set a new single-game record.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. He can't get him down. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral. Because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Here we go.
Here's Watson now on second down. And got his man complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt. And so far, it's working for both of them.
A gain of 32 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cliff Averill, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on second down, Watson. And going deep for Hill. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Third and long, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be knocked down sideways around the 37. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First and 10, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Malik McDowell in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Out of the gun, Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And use a big seam, and he might go all the way. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, 5. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pick up there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Wilson now to throw on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's right.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Watson throwing on third and long. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Watson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Going to need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A first down carry here for Charles. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Let's go. White, nothing. Flex round.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now Wilson on first down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They set up the screen to Rawls, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It's caught outright by Graham. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Again, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Wilson will throw again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Graham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And it's brought in by Pitta. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try to run with Rawls. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game? Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's go. That was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Runs through the contact. They'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now, a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. C.J. Prosise, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal.
And he lost the football. Charles loses it, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Graham. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
The connection made. It's Graham. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shane Ray in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And going deep for Hill. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And going deep for Hill. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Screen play, Anderson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here we go.
Here's Charles. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go. 38.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side, and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tyreek Hill, 45 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that touchdown catch, Charles, it breaks the single-game record for receiving touchdowns.
And what a perfect match. A quarterback who loves to throw it and a receiver who knows how to go out and get them. A brand-new record established today, and all these fans who are on that side are going to go home happy.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here."
And Doug Baldwin. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's Watson. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 45 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So another catch, more yards, and now enough yards to break the single-game record.
It seemed inevitable the way this game went that the yards record would fall, and we got to see it. We got to witness it, and the crowd is so excited to watch another NFL record fall.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. DeMarcus Walker in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. On On second down, here's Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Shane Ray in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now a handoff. This is Charles. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tyreek Hill, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Not only the completion, but that pass also gives him the record for most passing yards in a single game. What a day.
That tells you that the completion percentage is really high. Yards per pass, really high. But what a fantastic day. A brand new record, and we were here to witness it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On second down, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw again is Wilson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at about the 14. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Here we go.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.